It's Michigan Week. Doug Lesmerises, Nathan Baird, Stephen Means, Tom Orr, and Tony Gerdeman walking by. Read the ozone. Look, you can see the M's. You can see the M's on this sign, which I am actually outraged by. I don't know. I was going to go this year and track the M tapers. There's no M tape on this sign. There's usually blocked out M's with red tape on this sign. So maybe someone should come over and do that. We're talking about the vibe at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center as we talked to Ryan Day and several players on Tuesday for Michigan Week. The first year for Ryan Day as the head coach in this rivalry, and the first year for Nathan Baird in this rivalry. What's your vibe, Nathan?
I think it's interesting that you're not hearing a lot of talk about anything other than this game, or in terms of any stakes beyond what this game is, because there are stakes here. There's finishing a season undefeated, a regular season undefeated, I should say, keeping a high playoff seed alive, or just keeping the momentum that you built through 11 weeks alive. Really, none of that is talked about as motivation today. It's really just all about this game being sort of self-contained to itself, and I think that could be important, because if you treat it like that, all those other things are probably even easier to achieve.
That's an interesting observation, because that's like a forest in the trees kind of thing. Because you're saying that, and I'm like, yeah, it's Michigan Week. That's how it always is. But actually, it is different. Like every other week of the year, we talk about all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about anything but Michigan. Stephen, you're from Columbus. Yeah. What's your Michigan Week vibe?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in this as well, but I'm also disappointed that when we walked in the building, Time for War wasn't just blasting throughout the building like it has. I think you asked about it, and it hasn't necessarily been that same way where you've heard it throughout the place. I think the vibe is this is still Michigan Week, but there are just some things that kind of set the mood that last year I felt that I'm just not feeling this year. And a lot of it is centered around the fact that I don't feel like we don't like Michigan when I walk through the door.
You know what? This is going to be, I agree. I actually was sneaking around a little bit, talking to some people in the Woody. I did see, and I don't know if I was supposed to see, there's the door that's the entrance to the locker room from Ryan Day's office to the locker room. There was a "It's Time for War" poster up with a Buckeye and a Michigan helmet, and the Michigan helmet was X'd out. So that was good. I do think it's 20% less ferocious than it was under Urban Meyer, because Urban Meyer wanted to murder, in a good way, in a sporting way, everybody who had blue on. And it's just a little bit less of that. And that's fine. And I'm going to write a story for this week about how so many people at Ohio State now aren't from Ohio. They didn't grow up with it. But as soon as you get here, you appreciate it. And guys told great stories about that. I'm not from here. Nathan's not from here. If you exclude people who weren't born in Ohio from participating in the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, you're going to miss out on a lot of great people. So I get it. You don't have to be from Ohio. I thought it was 20% less intense. I think this is an oversight that should be corrected. And I will say this. If Ohio State doesn't beat Michigan this year, this feels like something to me that a year from now, they will have this thing draped in "We Hate Michigan" signs, and people will say, you know what? Last year, we lost a little something, Michigan Week, and that edge maybe cost us in the game, and we wanted to make sure we got it back in 2020. I feel like that opening is there. It doesn't mean I think Ohio State's going to lose. That's what I feel on Tuesday at Michigan Week. Nathan, Stephen, Doug, coverage all week at cleveland.com.